Hello, and welcome. This is Post Hump Day Podcast. I'm Tommy DeSalt.
I'm Kellen King.
We're glad you're here.
Another week.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Very important week, yeah.
It's a big one.
If you're listening to this, you probably clicked on an episode that has some pun about being 50. Yes, we've made it 50 episodes.
Yeah, I didn't know if we'd get here.
Yeah, I know. 50 is a milestone in life, in the podcast, world as well. But in life, when you're 50, I see that you're wearing black today. I should have. I'm like a dark navy.
In solidarity. Yeah.
Yeah. I should have. Man, damn.
Is that the right word? Yeah, I think
solidarity.
So. Yeah. Definitely the symbolic. Kind of. I tell you what, the being 50.
Milestone.
It really is a milestone, and we were gonna get balloons, but
we just kind of suck as a podcast.
We're gonna we'll post production throw some balloons up here.
Yeah, just like right here.
It's you know what, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy day.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't in the cards, but the celebration and the spirit is alive and well.
Yep, I can see it all around us right
dude,
now.
I feel good. And the cool thing about this too, is looking back from a year, close to almost a year ago.
Yeah, 52 weeks, but we're going to just merge them together. We expect to have a 50-second episode.
Yeah.
But we're just going to merge, it's been a year, 50 weeks. Like if you want to talk like infancy, be like, oh, she's, 50 years old or a year.
Exactly. And we actually did a couple episodes before we released one. So we have been doing this for a year now.
Yeah. And we've been sitting on them.
Yeah.
Because they're raunchy, baby.
They were wild.
We were figuring out our voice. And I kind of want to talk about that. You're talking about being retrospective, being, looking back on what we were doing, sitting at, what was the restaurant again? Where'd we go?
So Rio Mambo.
I kept on thinking in my head, like, I know. Okay. So we were at Rio Mambo, but prior to that, it was the idea had started before that even happened.
Yeah, I had wanted to start a podcast for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I had told B about it for a long time, and then I was more active in the music scene at the time,
right,
than I am now. At least playing shows.
Because we had just we were playing in a band together.
Yeah.
And then I tore my Achilles tendon, but you weren't. That didn't stop you.
Yeah, no, I kept playing.
Hell yeah.
But I was just opening up for a lot of people playing solo, and then I didn't. Dude, there's no replacement for Kellen King. So I'm kidding.
What does everybody else think? Guys, shut up.
Yeah. It was
hey, let him finish.
I still think about I still think about that show because dude,
you talking about Granbury?
Yeah. That was a cluster. But,
well, dude, I was trying to help you with the on the doing the soundboard and stuff, and that thing's tough. I think I was kind of screwing you over too. So don't put it all.
Dude,
on
it's okay. We made it out alive, got paid. So
there you go.
Yeah. Oh well, but so during that time, I had been out on the road quite a bit on and off, and there was just so much going on I wanted to talk about, and wanted to start a podcast, and then I had kind of I got B on board for the most part, and then I hit you up about it, and I mean it was like the same level of excitement as when we were like 14 talking about starting a band.
It was.
Or like 12.
It was like the same process too, because we're like, okay, what do we need to get? Because when you want to start a band when you're that young too, we've talked about, there's like a checklist of things you got to get.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, I've got my guitar, I've got my drums, like what else do we need to get? And there's just, come to find out there's a lot of shit you got to get.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of the equipment for this, but there were some things that we did have to invest in that were well worth it. But yeah, dude. So the reason why I thought it was cool about Rio Mambo is when we were like 12, that we were at the same restaurant when we formed our
Yeah.
band when we were kids, as the same restaurant that this podcast was
And
like.
it wasn't something you picked, I don't think.
No,
It was
no.
just something that was, hey, let's go get some Mexican food.
I didn't even remember it, but dude, I told B this. The moment you walked through those doors and you had a notebook with you walking into that Mexican restaurant, I was like, oh, it's on. Like, we're planning, we're writing.
Yeah, you got to take
down.
notes.
And I knew you were serious about it. Dude, it's been cool. We talk about ADHD on the podcast, and we have different kind of styles sometimes across the board than maybe a lot of other podcasts.
Yeah.
Of like mapping things out, planning, all that.
Yeah.
But what it has been cool is like, dude, it's been a group effort here. So I do want to give a shout out to you for showing up every week because, dude, it's not always convenient.
Right, yeah.
And give a shout out to B for all the production side of everything.
Hell yeah.
Kind of putting everything together for us.
And a shout out to you, dude. You were, you started it, and I feel like a lot of times, you put in a lot more work than I'm ready to put in. Just even when I know we're both busy, but like me being busy, I feel like you still put through, a lot of the work that the clips that come out each week, the presence on social media, just like, just a lot of stuff that, and the editing with you and B doing the editing and the, putting the episode out each week. Like that's like huge. And I know I tell you that like a lot, like on text and stuff like that. Like, dude, I appreciate the work you do, but it's still good to hear it probably on air too. Let people know like, hey, he's the one that's driving this thing. So,
man, I appreciate that big time. And shout out to all of you listening and watching.
Yeah. You guys, what's up?
Cause I mean, really that is what really brought this to life and made it even more fun was being able to interact and engage with you guys. So.
Okay, so let's quit jerking each other off for a second.
Yeah. Just had to give the shout outs.
Yeah. So now I wanted to talk about, and we're 50, our body's changing, we're going through obviously changes, and things are not working the way that they used to be working. And so I want to see if any of these, I looked up this article, it says like what to expect when you turn 50.
Hell yeah.
And I want to see.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it says you'll hit a new milestone, which we did, right? It's just hitting 50, that's a milestone. What to expect. The start and end of your menstruation marks huge physical and emotional milestones in a woman's life. Although your cycle might have been wonky for years, sometimes after 50, it will cease altogether if it hasn't already changed. So it says here that what helps is like changing your levels of estrogen, but I don't think that applies to us. But, if I want to go this direction, like the emotional milestone, the toll that it takes on your testosterone, your estrogen, like, we're seeing some hair loss here.
Yeah, no, I mean, the grays have started to peek through, certainly.
So this one definitely, I mean, it doesn't really apply to us, but this next one might. Says ED might become part of your vocabulary.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, my dad's name is ED. His ED has been a part of my vocabulary since I've been young, so I don't know really what they're talking about here. He goes by ED, but his name's Elvin, and middle name is just the initial D. But so I mean, like, and you've known him for a long time, so this is I don't know what this has been a part of our vocabulary.
Yeah, we've already been saying ED. Shouts to ED. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been thinking about ED our whole life. This isn't a new thing for us.
Yeah, we were built for this.
Exactly. It says you'll need to pay attention to heart health, and so this is the one that I actually wanted to get into. What do you think? What's the heart of our podcast? What would that be?
The heart of our podcast is
don't say the listeners.
No, dude. I mean, like theme wise, I would say that it's PhD. Within that, the nostalgia of everything. That's kind of where I'm thinking that the heart of us lies in.
I think it's nostalgia and friendship.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like the old school, like we have the same, even though we grew up down the street from each other. We've known each other for a really, really long time, and we've gone into how we know each other and all that kind of stuff. we kind of hinted at it last week about aliens. And I don't know if you want me to tell this on the podcast or not, but we had a similar experience when we were younger with aliens. We got probed at the same time, and when you get probed on a mothership, and you're looking over, and you're on a gurney, and somebody else is on a gurney, and you're just getting probed, and you look over, that sticks with you.
You get pretty close,
You
quick.
get really close for a long time.
Yeah.
It's a very bonding experience.
Yeah.
That being said, that has carried over into our podcast with friendship, just being able to relate on a lot of, we've gone through a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like the aorta.
Okay, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I can't stand y'all.
Okay.
I would say that comedy is the veins flowing through.
Sure.
And the arteries just being, really an unbreakable bond of a background in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're new here, we talk about it here and there, but our lives have just crossed in and out.
Yeah.
Kind of like some vessels.
And I'm sure you'll have friends like that and that's when you know you got a true friend, honestly. So what happens is you'll have people that'll reach back out to you, and you're like, what does this fucking person want? Right? But when you have specific people that reach back out to you, and you're just like, it's like you haven't missed a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those are like actual friendships, not someone just trying to get you on an MLM scheme.
Like need something.
Yeah, like, hey, come sit in this 3-hour conference in this Hilton hotel, and we'll just listen to this guy talk for a little bit, and then they try to sell you some knives. Not that type of friendship.
Yeah.
We're talking about real friendship.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I think that and nostalgia, because we do talk about a lot of stuff that happened with us. We growing up and just experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, you guys have gotten to know a little bit about us more than the average person that we probably interact with at work or anywhere else.
Yeah.
So that's definitely cool.
Here's the last one that they talk about. Says you might have to work harder to maintain muscle.
I'm starting to see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday, actually.
Man, we went. I know that you are a golfer, or you like to go play golf with your dad and friends.
Yeah.
She's laughing.
Dude, get out of here.
I'll go play golf for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and come back, and it's like we need to take him to the physical
That's
therapist.
how I felt yesterday.
Listen. It's 105 out there.
Yeah, man. So we were trying to play at like 8, and it was all filled up, and ended up the only time we could play was at 12:30, and we were playing 18 holes, and we got done at like 5, and I was like dying, like.
Yeah.
I didn't even play the last hole. I was just like, I'll watch. I'm good. We're good. But I shot a birdie yesterday.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I've ever hit a true birdie before.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah,
dude.
I felt
love
good about it.
I
It
love
was sick. I had the best shot I've ever had in my whole entire life.
Dude.
And I haven't played in years because,
It's the best feeling, man.
Are you thinking about like going pro now, or what
think-
is your
yeah, I
what is your
mean,
plan?
I didn't see any scouts out there, but I don't know. I'm going to play again, but I
Dude,
got to.
I live for those ESPN moments.
Dude, it was what people call a gimme.
Yeah.
I had it was on my second shot, so I hit it, and it made it onto the fairway. It was a pretty good shot. It was a little bit in the rough, but it was kind of on the fairway, but I was still probably about 150 yards away.
Okay.
And I shot and I hit it right onto the green, and it was what people call a gimme, which is a golf club measurement away from the hole.
Yeah. It was.
And I was like, I gotta, I know it's a gimme, but I still gotta put it in because
So it was like a little 3-foot putt.
Yeah, it was less than that,
Dude, okay.
It felt so good.
So I gotta comment on that. It's because like those are gimmies when,
Yeah.
when you're playing with your friends.
Yeah.
You're playing with the boys. That's a gimme. In a tournament, it's not.
Yeah, I know.
And so it's funny. I was talking to some friends about this, as well as my brother and my dad, and it was that makes a big difference in an actual tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Are missing those putts.
Yeah.
The putts you never normally have to make because your boys are like, you got it.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but dude, from 150 out,
Dude, it
to
felt good.
to stick one of those, oh my gosh. I tell you what, I could be playing the worst,
Yeah.
the worst
ever.
I've played in
and
a
you
while.
get one of those.
And you're so mad. But, dude, you get one of those shots in, dude, the sun is shining.
it resets.
The birds are chirping.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's like life's going to be okay again.
Yeah.
And it's like you got those imaginary cameras on you. You've got Peter in the booth.
And you see it all the way through, too. Like, right when you hit it, you're like, oh, this feels good. And then you're like, oh, I can, sometimes you hit it and you're like, ah, shit, I don't even know where that's going to go. But you can see it all the way through. It looks like it's got that red arrow going with it where it's oh, this is where it's trajectorying.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's going. It's going. And you get all the everybody who's playing with you, all the boys, they're like, nice shot. Oh, like, you did something. And that's what makes you come back. Now, like I said, I haven't played in a really long time, so there were some other shots that.
Dude, the best is when it's somebody you don't know that, is, maybe you had 3, you got a foursome. You're playing with somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
And the best is when they just do that quick little nice shot.
Yeah.
And then they go on and hit their ball.
We had 2 homies.
And I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for so long. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm really good at this. And dude, that feeling,
yeah,
God, it gets you going.
We had 2 guys that, so we, 4th dropped out, and they were playing with 2, so it was 5 of us. And, I mean, it was hot. So, but anyway,
Anyways, the thing about it, though, is in our, adolescence.
Yeah.
We
bringing it back?
We didn't think about what it was going to feel like.
Yeah, and I'm sore. Sorry, we just got to a little golf tangent.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it every once in a while, but
dude, the thing about it is like
I'm sore.
I didn't think about all this when I was younger.
Right.
And metaphorically speaking, as a podcast, there's some weeks that we feel it more than others.
You feel a little sore.
A little sore on us.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Dude, yeah, because there's weeks that you're just
dragging.
She's just not about it.
Or she's dying.
Yeah.
Last week she was, dying.
Oh yeah.
She's been hungover. I think so. Out of everyone,
she's good. She's fine.
She's had weeks where she's so hungover.
Yeah.
And then she's had weeks where she's down with the COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had some rough weeks on the podcast.
Yeah,
we all
where are
have.
my flowers, guys?
We did.
Yeah, here,
I know,
we did. You
I'm
were
giving you a
here.
hard time.
Yeah.
All right. Yay.
We are champions here.
Yeah.
Listen, so the soreness of the body, again.
Yeah, I think that happens too because, you just got to keep. This was something I want to commend you for. Putting the clips out every week, doing the work. That's like going to the gym in a sense. You don't always see the payoff right out the beginning, but just putting that, just being consistent, putting that muscle work in, muscle
just showing up, baby.
Yep, every day.
Yeah.
That's the muscle. Does that make sense?
Oh, dude, absolutely. And it builds the kind of, you got to have that fortitude, that mental fortitude to do it.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's a good outlet.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you stronger.
Yeah. It makes you want to hit that 100.
Oh gosh. Yeah. 100%.
That's the next milestone. I mean, yeah, you could say what? We could do what? 75? Sure.
75 hard.
Yeah, we can act like it's our retirement, whatever. But then, you got the big one is 100. That's when you bring out the cake, all that kind of stuff.
I think 100.
Have you ever met someone who's 100? Or like, is there anybody in your family that has made it to 100?
No, not even close in mine.
Mine's 94 or 5, like maybe 96 was the closest we've gotten.
I have met someone that was 100. Yep.
My great grandma, I think, died when she was like 101.
Damn.
I think. Could be
Dalmatian
wrong.
status.
Bringing those genetics, baby.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's always, but when they're that old, like when they're there, they are like, what happens is they're like still active.
See, actually, no.
No?
On my dad's side, my great grandma, I think she died when she was I think she made it to 100, and she was like bedridden in a senior living place. But then on my mom's side, my great grandma was like, she lived in a senior living place, but it was like basically
bingo
like
every night.
Yeah, they do bingo. They go on field trips.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think you're right. I think
a lot of
times it's that way. I was gonna say real quick, I just thought about it. I've met 2 people that were 100. both of them were active till the day they died. And one of them, he like through COVID and everything.
Yeah.
Everyone was telling him like, you gotta like
be careful.
You gotta isolate. Like,
yeah.
Don't go out. Don't be around people. Like you really gotta.
Dude, that would suck. Go ahead.
So, his family is all telling him this, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't leave the house. Like, blah blah blah. He lived on a country club, and so he's like, all right. Like, I won't go out. And then like the next week, they're like, hey, give him a call. They're like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm playing poker.
Hell yeah. I'm in Vegas, baby.
And but he was literally like, and
yeah, I mean, you have to.
And then he ended up passing, but it was like, I love that drive for life of just like.
That's the thing. So here's how I would give the analogy I'd give. Remember when COVID happened, like the graduates, people, whoever graduated, high school, college, whatever, like they didn't really get that send off because of COVID, and like they're missing out on that like big, here he comes again, milestone of life. When you're 100, like if you catch it, first of all, I mean, you're in extra innings, Yeah. And second of all, like it's gonna happen regardless. You know what I mean? You're already thinking about it, I'm sure.
Dude, those
like
are
the big,
those are bonus years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not just like when you're up there and you're like, oh, okay, because my family wants me to live for another 2 years, if possible. Like they want me to spend the rest of my 2 years like behind closed doors. No, you're out and about town. Like I'm good with that.
Dude, there's this that Dr. Pepper lady.
Yeah.
She was what, like 100. She was 100 and I forget how old. And they're asking her in this interview. She's all over the news and stuff. And this was wasn't recent.
Yeah.
But, they're like so what's the how'd you do it basically?
Yeah.
Like, I drink Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah. Such a good ad.
Yeah, and then you get the ones that the elderly that they're like, man, I eat chocolate and drink wine every day.
Yeah, or like I smoke a pack. Those people
I still smoke
are
Camel
anomalies.
Reds.
Those are anomalies, man.
Yeah.
And I've got a friend that I believe will outlive us all because even though he's got like, he smokes like a pack a day, like lives life to the fullest, I'm like, that somehow the Grim Reaper's never going to see him until he's like 100. Somehow he's going to, hide in the shadows until it's time to go home. Let's tease. I want to tease a couple things real quick. First thing is, we know Ariana Grande. She's got that. She's we're going to talk about it, okay? Coming up on the break, we're going to talk about how we feel about it, all that, okay? Later, we're going to do some talent show stuff. In the vein of being 50.
In the vein, baby.
In the vein. In the heart. We're gonna do impersonations of people that are 50 years old. Okay? Celebrities.
Or around, yeah.
I know. I'm not gonna just do like my uncle who's 50 or whatever. Okay, we're gonna do people you guys know. And then, Tom, if you want to talk about it right now, we've got something coming up later on. Not in this episode, but coming up, we got another bracket. And it did really well on the first episode, what we did, bracket-wise, with a golf simulator.
Yeah, we did a little giveaway, courtesy of Swing Logic. So they offer different products. That's Swing Logic. But I tell you what, last time we gave away the Micro Sim. And so what it is it's a golf simulator. And it's portable. On top of that, it's affordable. It's user-friendly, and it's a solution for golf enthusiasts. So it's a complete kit. Includes everything you need to record, analyze, and improve your swing right from the comfort of your home. Again, that's Swing Logic. So we are going to be, it's going to be on the table again.
Yeah.
We're going to be running, a full-on contest, really.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll get the bracket put together soon. It's not going to be next week, but just start getting it ready. Start thinking about it.
Get it in your minds.
Mm-hmm. Get as close to perfect as possible, okay?
And by the way, people ask us quite often, okay, I don't get it. It's not like, it's a March Madness style bracket, but how do you pick a winner?
Exactly.
And so we want to be very clear about this. It's been this way since day one. It's going to stay this way.
Till we're 100.
Yeah. It is not necessarily, like you're going to watch something on TV and see who wins. No.
Mm-mm.
It's between Kellen and I.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to hash it out.
And so what happens is like you got to select what you think we would pick.
Yeah. And if we tie, B is going to be the deciding factor. She's the vote to push over one of those contestants.
And I mean, there's been some moments where that's been utilized at critical moments in the bracket.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it makes it fun.
Yeah. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about some Ariana Grande and how she's on her. I don't even want to say it.
Oh, boy.
We'll hash it out.
She's got to get home.
All right, friends.
Sorry for cutting us off a little early. I think B wanted to say one other thing, and I hit the let's go to break button.
Yeah.
And, it happens, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Are we feeling sore today?
Yeah. Do I look pink at all on my face?
Pink?
I don't know. That's what Lulu was saying.
Yeah, it looks like you might have got a little sun.
Yeah, I don't think.
Bronze.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I said, but whatever. Okay, so Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah.
She's doing it again. So she got married. Probably I think it was during COVID they got married. And remind me of that gentleman's name. You said it just a second ago to me.
It was Dalton Gomez.
Yeah.
We had to look some of this up.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about their.
And it was kind of a quiet, and it was also pretty fast too, if I remember. It happened. I think they might have been like, it's one of those things that during COVID, you either stay together and it goes quickly because you're like things have changed in your relationship, or that's the end of the relationship.
I feel like it was really fast after
Yeah.
Davidson.
Yeah.
And it was like boom, boom. And then she was like getting engaged. And then that was like the last I heard.
Yeah, I think that happened in Hollywood and it happened all over the world. It seemed like there was a lot of that. Like people just jumping
to the next
quickly
step.
To the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in the midst of, and then, with COVID.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of, part of it was, I mean, I'm speculating a little bit, but let's say you were cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you had an affair going on or whatever. Well, everything gets shut down. And all of a sudden you're with the person you're supposed to be with.
That's a good point.
And then it's like all these dynamics come crashing together.
Yeah.
And
it's like, oh, I got to go. It's like, no, you can't. You can't go there. You're not allowed to go to wherever you're going to lie to me. Like the grocery store.
Like everything changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah. But for her, it's kind of come out now. I mean, obviously, what has happened is that she's on Wicked. She's on a tour, I guess, or maybe just it's in London.
Sets in London, yeah.
Yeah. And she's
going to be a movie, right?
I guess. I don't know.
I would imagine.
Because I think so. And she cheated on her husband with her co-star. And remind me of that dude's name?
Ethan Slater.
Ethan Slater. He looks, and he's a theater kid. He does SpongeBob, the musical. He's SpongeBob.
Wait, pause.
Okay.
This is all alleged and for educational purposes only.
This is just to educate people on what we think happened.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
All right, now we can say how we really feel.
Yeah.
So Ethan Slater, he definitely looks like a theater kid.
He does. He looks like he's, he also kind of looks like he would play SpongeBob on a musical performance.
He looks like he could be related to Ed Sheeran also.
Yeah, he does. Okay, I think he looks like Junie from Spy Kids.
Yeah.
But Junie from Spy Kids grew up. This kid looks the same age. Okay, I'm not trying to shit on him.
Yeah.
But also he was married when this happened. They allegedly cheated on their spouses with each other on the set of Wicked. And after that, it has kind of, it ruined his career. Ariana Grande already is like a huge pop star, so she doesn't have that. I mean, obviously people are talking shit about her right now.
She had the clout though,
but
already.
it's at the point where like she's gonna be able to shake this off in a sense. I don't think that from what I've understood, he's like been cut. Like he's, I don't think he's in SpongeBob the Musical anymore. Allegedly, I don't know.
So the thing is like her PR team, they're taking a different approach. They're just trying to play the silent game throughout this strike that's been going on and hope that this thing blows over.
From what I've heard, and allegedly, again, is if you've seen her recently, she has lost quite a bit of weight. And they're trying to turn it into, they're waiting for somebody to like kind of body shame, and that's what I've heard, because allegedly from a video that I watched that was saying like, hey, I'm making all these videos to kind of show you that she's a like serial cheater, but like I've also been warned by somebody who's close to their PR team that they're waiting for somebody to mention her body changes to use that to be like, people are just attacking her for her changes in her body. Like, this is all messed up. They'll
feed into it.
They're going to feed into it. So after this has come out, with like this affair, it has also come out that she's like basically cheated on every boyfriend, or I think she's only been married once, husband that she's ever basically had, all the way back from, I remember Big Sean, to even Mac Miller,
R.I.P.
Yeah, and from my understanding is that she kind of used him to get her drugs, and which is very, very sad. But it was also, this is all alleged again. Okay, sorry, I got to keep saying it.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah, got to keep saying it. But apparently she cheated on Mac Miller with Jimmy Fallon quite a few times.
What?
Which is so fucked up.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's married.
Say it ain't so, man.
Well.
Okay. Like the relationship they've had, at least on TV, like the chemistry is, it's fun to watch, but I never like put more to that.
Yeah. And it's like it's a weird relationship, I think. I mean, yeah, sure, they're both like, I think she's kind of funny. She's got a very good like personality that I've seen her on SNL a few times, and she's good there. So she was good to have like, do these skits with him or whatever, the songs or whatever they do together.
Well, yeah, but yeah, they do that. Yeah.
But it never seemed like it was a romantic relationship.
Well, on his show, like, she killed it. She killed it when they do the, the karaoke,
yeah,
like those bits that were always like fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say for a second is why, like, how did this come out towards Jimmy Fallon? Because he seems to be kind of like, I don't know, through COVID even, speaking of COVID, like he was kind of the rep for like the country of like positivity. I felt like he was kind of this face of like hope.
I think a lot of like late night hosts did that, because Seth Meyers, I remember him, like he had his show throughout the whole time. Jimmy Fallon had his show through the whole time. Like even the Jim from The Office, I always forget how to say his last name.
John Krasinski.
There it is. He had his own show.
Yeah,
that popped up, and so there was like people that were doing that to be like, hey, we still need to like, show that there's more out there than just being behind.
Well, it's like Jimmy brought you home with him. Like, he was.
Is he your favorite talk show host?
He's one of them, but I'll tell you this: he was unhinged. It was like he was. It was like you were getting to know his family life. Like, he really seemed to be authentic.
Gotcha.
And so
I get the opposite from Jimmy.
My point is like,
yeah, complete opposite.
Well, okay. My point though is how I would say most of America, like, saw him or sees him.
Okay.
What is it that you see different?
I think he's a hard worker. There's a lot of stuff like I know the roots in him. Like, I don't think they necessarily really like being on a show, from what I've heard. I also know that, like, there's those compilation videos of him like laughing like the person across from him is the funniest person on the planet, and it's just like they're just like introducing their show. It's just like he doesn't seem as authentic to me as what he comes across. But that's with a lot of people that are in those positions. The person who's my favorite late night host, not a late night host anymore, always came off to me as very authentic, was Conan O'Brien, and the differences in the just Conan O'Brien to Jimmy Fallon, it just has always kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm not I don't keep up with late night shows. I don't watch them. But I would just say that more the perspective of Conan definitely. But I guess where I'm going with that as what kind of character you have, right? Is I didn't realize people looked at Jimmy Fallon in that way of he's a fraud.
I don't know. I just a little bit more fake. And the reason I say that is because, and I'm not trying to shit on Jimmy Fallon.
Well, yeah.
I'm not saying this is a huge bombshell. I think that this was in the realm of possibilities that could have happened. And when I heard it, I was just like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But so you're saying but the whole COVID thing with Jimmy, keeping everybody together. When you remember the writer strike that happened, there's a writer strike going on right now.
Yeah.
But the first one that happened, right when this was back in the early 2000s, late or mid 2000s.
Yep.
Conan O'Brien had he was doing everything himself. He was the writer struck or whatever. Striked. Shit.
They struck hard.
And he's a writer himself. He used to write for SNL. And it was basically and he didn't have anybody in the audience. And I'm not saying anybody should cross the picket line or any of that kind of stuff. What I'm getting at is Conan O'Brien, basically, that was sometimes even better. The stuff he was doing by himself, kind of in a sense.
Yeah.
He didn't have any guests or any of that kind of stuff.
You're not reliant on other resources. You got the juice, baby. You can get it done.
Yeah.
And I do want to say one thing is, I guess where I was going with all that was it's not about how I think how good they are on TV.
Yeah.
It's just when you look at that, dude, that catches my attention, but it's believable at the same time. Because anyone in that world, you're okay, that could have maybe happened.
Yeah.
It is a little bit shocking, I guess, when it's somebody who's in the presence of, people see every day on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's that little mental shift, and it's damn, really them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe I see it more as
you got a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, but I've already heard so much stuff about him that I'm just throw it on the pile.
Dude, I'm just out of touch.
Watched a Jimmy Fallon anything recently?
Not recently. No,
I haven't.
So sometimes you'll go upstairs and it'll keep rolling to whatever the next show is.
Yeah,
it's his shows. They are so painful to watch. It is the cringiest.
That's how I feel.
I hate that.
Unauthentic crap.
Yeah,
dude, I probably haven't really watched him for years now.
Yeah,
I was in high school, I want to say, probably, or maybe college age.
There was a shift in. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was saying I'm clearly out of touch with a lot of what you guys are saying because I don't keep up or watch it.
There was a shift in late night hosts and what the product of the show. And I think what happened is a lot of shows have spinoffs from late night shows, which is crazy. The late night or the car karaoke show.
Yeah.
All those other ones, the lip sync battle. Those all came out because what was happening was those segments that they were doing, they were going viral on, whatever media. And then their show started revolving around that instead of what, where the juice was, where the heart of the show was. It was oh, this is hitting and we're getting a lot of views off this. So let's start reaching into this bag. And when I think they started doing that, it really late night hosts and late night talk shows really took a dive. Now, yeah, maybe they were getting more views and getting more clicks and making more money, but the product that they were putting out
is cheap. Yeah,
went way down.
Yeah,
and
I could see that happening.
So yeah, I get her. Them they did a lot of that. Karaoke stuff together and all that. But and they might have had some chemistry, and you could see it. So
Big Sean,
yeah,
Mac, Jimmy Fallon, all these different mixes of guys that she's been linked to.
yeah,
Not to mention, the most recent Ethan Slater.
yeah,
And then all the ones we don't know about.
right.
Would you say it's safe to say, like, Homewrecker?
Yeah, I think it's not even homewrecker in a sense that I think she just like can't. She just doesn't. She doesn't have sympathy for other people. Like she's just going to do what she wants to do, and it is kind of now coming into light that that's the case. Like when you're with somebody, you should respect that person, and if you don't want to be with that person, then don't be with that person. But if you do it, if there's a pattern to this, then that's just like that's who she is. That's just that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
And I think this might be the first time that like it's come to light. But now that it's come to light with a lot of other things, when something first comes to light, then other things start coming out of the shadows and saying like, oh, this also happened. Oh, then then this happened, and also like back in this day, this happened also. And then that, like I said, it becomes a pattern. It's like they've always been like this. But I don't think it's going to change how people feel about her. I don't. I think that like she's obviously a household name, and she's so big in her career that it's not going to affect her. She's going to keep doing this, but it's going to affect, this other marriage.
Yeah.
Now, it affected her marriage, and I'm sure
it is pretty selfish.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely. She's got that thing that like people are gonna look past and still consume her product. But everybody else in that wake, like they're going down, and they have a lot more consequences, career wise, I would say also.
Yeah.
Not to mention at home. And so the affairs, all of that, like. I mean, so the Ethan Slater, they filed for divorce.
Yeah.
Him and his wife at some point.
And she just had a kid. She just had
yeah.
like, I think that was their first kid. I'm not sure. Like,
yeah, it's I'll tell you what. Quickly, I want to say when I was out and around some of that world, I kind of had to babysit a grown up at one point. It is a wild thing to be around somebody that's in the tabloids consistently and know what's really going on versus everything you're seeing. Mix that with like paparazzi, mix that with like AI, mix it with our society, and you got a recipe that, I mean, it gets juicy and people will buy that product. Like, we're talking about it right now. Right.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is like everyone likes to think that, oh, this is gonna go away. This is gonna go away. You can play the defense of like, oh, these pictures were,
taken out of context, whatever.
Yeah. Or these weren't real. These were reproduced in a way that, there's all these things, right? But that does not take away from people are still talking about it. And gonna keep talking about it for everyone else that was involved.
Yeah.
And I think what you're saying is like for her, like it doesn't affect her if people are talking about this good or bad. Like she's still doing what she's doing, and she's not gonna lose.
Right.
What is it about that? Why is she not affected like the others?
Like I said, it's just
I can tell you.
Yeah. Go for it.
Because sex sells.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sex sells, but I mean, for everyone else involved that had an affair also, like they're not.
To B's point, like she's a younger like woman, like she does look even younger than her age to the point where she seems naive, like she's innocent. In a sense. And so like a lot of people don't like when they see people like that, they just assume that they like don't know any better.
There's a whole group of people that have like a disgusting obsession with her because of the way that she looks, and they like, I wouldn't say like fetish or kink or anything like that.
Yeah. No,
but
there's
like,
girls that get their faces done to try to look like her.
So like people, like she's the exception. Like people give her.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they give her the exception, like, oh, it's just blah blah blah. But I think right now, since this came out and people are starting to put like all the pieces together, people are realizing that like she's not a girl's girl, and so I think she will lose a majority of her girl fan base. I truly believe that. I think that, I mean, she's beautiful. She's an objectively pretty woman.
Yeah.
So I think that it's gonna blow over with the men, but it kind of goes like, you know how all the girls on the internet are obsessed with Alex Earl. It's because
I've
of her.
heard that name and I've seen her, but like
she's super authentic and she's beautiful, but she like is so relatable. Even like she makes herself relatable, and I think that she kind of opened up the eyes for the girls that are all over social media, and so people like her and they like supporting girls that support other girls. And Ariana Grande is not that kind of a girl.
Yeah, I think to that point, when there's been like a little bit of a paradigm shift, like where people find influencers and find people that they want to kind of relate to.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like back when we were young, there was like 6 or 7 people that were super famous, right? It was like you got Brad Pitt, you got Tom Cruise, you got these people that are like top of the top
that are 50 now.
Yeah. And exactly. And you knew exactly what they're doing basically at all times. Like if you walked into, the supermarket, their tablet was right there and it would tell you exactly what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a stick of gum while my mom's checking out at the grocery store as a kid.
Like, what's Madonna doing?
Brittany did what?
Yeah. Brittany did what this week?
Yeah. And now it seems like there's so many pockets of celebrities and people like of influence that either you keep up with them or you don't. And there's not that like Mount Rushmore of people that you're like, okay, and I'm not saying we always do it. They're just always there. They're always like at the forefront. And
there are so many people.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was watching the Jake Paul Nate Diaz fight.
Yeah. You're telling me about it.
And one of the camera guys was panning over, and then across the screen on the bottom it said it was the VIP zone.
Who was there?
And I couldn't even tell you a single name.
I didn't recognize anybody, but they were all decked out in their designer.
Yeah.
But they have the money, but I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah.
It goes to show, to your point, though, it's like, I have no idea who these people are. I have no idea what they got going on in their lives. And, I mean, they probably
have millions of followers and exactly. People know who they are. That's it. Yeah, that's where I'm getting is there's so many different like outlets now where you can have a pocket of fans, pocket of just people that look at everything that you do, and so like there's that paradigm shift that I'm talking about with like this Ariana Grande thing. I think that's another reason why it might just blow over for her is that like there's so many other people out there that
you got to wait for just that next person and the bigger story to come flying in.
Yeah. And there's always like I never pay attention to it because I mean I like watching videos on YouTube. Like I like watching the the documentary style YouTube videos. They're like 45 minutes long and all that kind of stuff. But you always see like kind of in the mentions it'll always like the drama that happened between this person and it's like some YouTube channels and I'm like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with them. Why? There's a channel and I can't remember, Philip DeFranco or something like that. He just talks about YouTube drama. I'm like, who are these people? Who? Like,
dude, it comes up on different apps.
Yeah.
They'll have like literally the creator, genre of drama.
Yeah.
All these creators.
Be like, this Twitch streamer called out this YouTube content provider and
dude,
and it's like, I don't know who either of these people are.
Speaking of Twitch, you saw what happened in New York?
Oh, with the
PlayStation 5.
The riot?
So bad.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Dude,
That's
it is
dangerous.
nuts. So
I just saw clips of like the riot going on, but he was he said that he was going to give out like a
consoles, and then at 4 p.m. In New York, and had given the location and everything, and it was just mayhem. But why I bring that up?
I don't even know who that guy is.
I didn't know who he was
Yeah.
at all till I read the article. It came across the police scanner thing, and it was like, so then I'm looking it up, and I'm like, who the hell is this person? And then I look at the live view of how many fucking people
Oh, yeah.
are there. And I'm like, the influence that these people have is a little bit scary to me. Like very, very large influence. So you mesh all that together, and it's like a very wild world to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the things that happen inside of these little
Pockets,
circles and
yeah.
pockets, and the stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way from, stem cells, and like all this. There's so many things that are just normal to these people. I feel like.
What is stem cells? You threw me for a loop there.
Yeah, like getting stem cell injections and like
okay.
just different things that the average American person is like doesn't even really think about or do. The different styles of parties they go to,
Sure.
the different relationship norms they have versus what we would be used to. It's just different.
Yeah.
So to kind of get back on the train tracks of Ariana Grande, who knows, man?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I think you're right. I think you're both right. Is she's gonna keep sailing?
Yeah.
Her ship is gonna keep sailing. And
Yes, sir.
We'll see what happens with Ethan Slater and I guess Jimmy Fallon's doing okay.
Yeah. I think he'll be fine too.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about girl dinner. B's been really excited to talk about that. There's also boy dinner out there.
Yeah, see, I don't even know about this. She shot me a text. I was out one night recently, and she said, it's okay. I'm going to have girl dinner.
Yeah.
So I still don't know.
We'll talk about girl dinner, then we got the talent show. Stick with us.
Sounds good.
B, is there something you want to say before I hit the button?
I was watching.
Okay, so is this girl dinner? Is it like
It's a frozen TV dinner kind of a thing. Is it a brand?
is it
No.
certain type of food?
No.
Certain
it's different
setting?
for every girl. So usually, so when a female is not living with, we're going to go with a heterosexual couple for this instance. When a female is not living with her boyfriend or, I don't know, her husband yet.
Yeah, partner.
Yeah, partner. Sometimes we don't want to eat a full dinner or a full meal. And so we say we had a big lunch at work and we go home and sometimes we just want some chips.
Yeah.
Chips and a soda and some gummy worms, and that's going to be our dinner. Well, instances when Tommy and I are on our own for dinner, I'll go and I'll be like, oh, I just want some mac and cheese. And he'll be like, that's not enough for dinner. And I'm like, no, that's what I want for dinner.
Yeah.
And so there's this movement of people acknowledging that we have girl dinners. And sometimes we don't want a full meal. We just scavenge around the pantry, pick some ingredients.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But
if I got to eat, I'm like, we're having more than mac and cheese.
well, you can make your own then.
Yeah.
We, I have a boy dinner. So for example, we got the kids and all that. I try to, when we get a bunch of leftovers all the time, I feel like when we make food or whatever and the kids will want it, but then the next day, they don't eat all of it or whatever. The next day it's, probably not hitting for them.
Yeah.
So boy dinner for me is basically leftovers.
Yeah, eating them leftovers that nobody else wants. That sounds very familiar.
And, they can be
You don't do
days
that.
old. I do. Oh, he's got it.
Are you kidding?
You don't eat
My-
leftovers.
my-
Your dad does.
No, I eat leftovers.
My dad does.
She doesn't eat leftovers and assumes I don't eat leftovers.
I do for sure.
We give her a hard time because of the amount that she puts in the fridge and then it just sits there.
Well, see, that's if it goes for a specific time, let's say 2 days, boom, it's boy dinner now.
Boy dinner. Wait, that's That's so true.
That's what
That's
happens.
what we're saying. Yeah. But the thing is that
Like Chinese food, if you didn't
there's
eat your
certain
plate,
things that I don't necessarily like left over. That I think part of it is I used to only eat that
okay.
over and over and over and over. Example is like chicken.
Okay.
You throw it in the fridge. If you don't eat it within that next day,
Not for you.
I ain't really.
There's this pasta I make. It's like a chicken Alfredo. It's got chicken on it, obviously, in the name. It hits harder the day after.
Because the pasta like absorbs
Yeah,
the
it soaks
flavor.
in. Yeah.
I will eat pasta.
So like
leftovers.
that's a little different for me. I mean, that's what's in my head. But if there's another one, I'm trying to think of something else that might.
So I can tell you one that I like left over. I don't know why. Is cold pizza is the big one.
Yeah.
I like cold pizza. Leftover cold pizza, it just hits. But rice, especially no, I like it.
Yeah. I was going to say chicken fried rice the next day.
Like dirty rice, or Mexican rice, the lime rice, like all of that. The next day, it is equally as good. I think that we start getting into the ground turkey game.
Yeah,
it can be good, but if reheating it, it takes on an interesting new flavor.
I want to stay on this, but I want to mention something that I think we've just kind of forgot. Talent show's coming up.
Yeah. Talent show.
And we don't have, so we need B to kind of do some research while we talk a little bit.
Y'all don't know what to talk about though, because girl dinner.
Well, I do know. I've seen it'll be like a Celsius, and then it'll be like a thing of like.
Did y'all know that Popeyes has a girl dinner menu?
Yeah,
now?
I saw that.
And it's like combo of sides.
Let's
and
see,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's literally girl dinner.
It's funny because I saw that, and it was like basically it said sides, and it was it had all the chicken sandwiches, whatever, and then it had the sides or whatever, and then right next to it was girl dinner, and it was the same picture.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So like my grandparents on my mom's side, for example, they were good country people, and kind of the way they grew up, the way my mom grew up, and when I stayed with them, the way that it was in the summers when I stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
So dinner was lunch and supper was dinner, and supper was smaller than dinner. So you'd eat a big dinner, aka a big lunch, and then for supper it might be a bowl of cereal.
Which is so confusing to me. And that's how my grandma was too. It would be like, hey, we're going to have supper and we're going to have dinner. And I'm like, isn't that the same shit? Isn't that, like, are we not doing the same thing here?
Dude, it was the works. I mean, you'd get all types of fruit. You'd get, vegetables. You'd get potato salad. You'd get ham. You'd get rolls. I mean, you'd get everything you want to get for lunch. And then by the time, you weren't even hungry later that evening. You really weren't. So it was like, yeah, I'm going to eat some Frosted Flakes, chop up a banana, and this is supper.
Yeah.
It was, so that is what I think of when I'm hearing what girl dinner is, except I'm going to venture to say girl dinner's got some sweets in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy dinner, for me has changed. Like I said, now it's leftovers, but in the past, like I would cook for myself, but not much. Like a lot of times it would be something I could whip up fast or whatever. But if I hadn't gone to the grocery store in a while and I needed to like make something, boy dinner would be like, oh, here's some broccoli that's been in the freezer for like 3 weeks, 3 months, or like 3 months even. Like, let's see if we can thaw that bad boy out and, put some salt and pepper on there and just call that boy dinner.
I think mine would, it is getting tortillas, getting some cheese.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Getting some turkey and some ham, and throw that on the stove.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like to do is I'd throw some bacon in first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You should try this if you haven't already. So get your bacon how you like it. Use that grease, set a tortilla down in there, and then get as much shredded cheese as you can find in that house. Layer that shit with ham, turkey, and then let all the bacon stuff is on the underside of that tortilla,
Yeah.
right? And then you take that bacon and slap it on top.
That sounds really good.
That's my boy dinner.
Sorry, I was smirking because I just got the list of 3. Am I done with 3, B?
Yeah, I'll try to
That'd be
find
good.
one.
Those are. She sent me my list, and I'm already
Okay.
ready. Are you ready? So let's go.
I got
Wait,
two.
wait,
I got 2.
You got
keep
2.
talking.
Okay, we're about to move into the talent show, and I'm trying to get into character. I'm really excited for mine. I think I'm not going to do a very good job, but have you got 3 yet?
I got 2 so far.
Okay, so these
Alright.
people are around the age of 50. They're like 50 to
They're-
54.
You're
Yeah.
at least 50.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let me just start us off if you're okay with that, because I think we got enough now where we can do them.
Dude, I just killed a cockroach on the break. I'm feeling confident.
All right, okay. Or actually, do you want to do rock paper scissors? It's fun to just do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I
so just
lost last time we did
Yeah.
this, so
and then the winner gets to pick if they go first or not, or second. Okay,
Okay.
we'll go 1, 2, 3, shoot.
all right.
All right. Okay, we'll just play game of 1. What
Do
do
you want to go best of 3?
Sure. Here we go. He won the first one. Okay.
Oh,
he won both of
man.
them. So there you
I
go.
am the champion. I want to go. I went first last time. Kellen, why don't you go first this time?
All right. Let me
Okay, cool.
pick one. God dang. All right, hold on. It's starting to hit me again.
Oh man, you're getting that adrenaline dump, aren't you?
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm in character. Are you watching?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Hey, bud. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go to the car. Oh fuck, that was a bad car. Hold on. Hey, buddy. Hey, little buddy. What are you doing, little buddy? I got those more accent in there. Give me a second.
Oh
This
no.
is pretty good because I know who you're doing.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh shit.
Is it Tom Cruise?
No.
He always seems amped talking fast. I don't know.
Hey, guy. Hey, little guy. What are we doing? What? Get the hell over here, guy. I had it for a second.
Is it Boston or country?
You got one of them. Let's get in the car. Hey, little buddy. Little guy.
Oh, that was good.
I'm not getting it.
Oh my God.
Is it? It's not Mark, is it?
Yeah. It's
Is
Mark
it?
Wahlberg.
What?
God.
It's Mark Wahlberg. Okay.
That
okay.
was great.
Okay.
I tried.
I'm so okay. So I did get it, but
Yeah. It took a while, and I was saying the same shit over and over again. So I don't know what.
what was that from? What did you?
He just does that, I was
Okay.
thinking of also like Ted.
So I would. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Ted.
Okay.
I thought you might be able
Okay.
to do that there.
Yeah.
Don't you
I didn't
like
want to.
something
I didn't want to start getting into like
Movie
things,
lines. Or
movie
something?
lines, because I feel
Yeah.
sometimes if I have to get into that, I will. But I just wanted to just do that. So Mark Wahlberg is who that was.
Very nice.
Okay.
I think I fucked up when I said car the first time. I didn't throw too much Boston into it.
Ah,
I just got my third, so good timing there.
Okay.
Oh man, so now I got to think who I want to do. Oh,
I don't know
hell.
how I'm gonna do
Okay.
one of mine. I still haven't
So
figured it out yet.
yeah,
the list was very small to pick from. So.
yeah, it is. Well, we didn't have time to prepare, so this is on the fly. So it's organic. So you're getting just raw impressions. Yeah,
Yeah, raw talent.
yeah. Okay. Gosh. Oh man, I
And
tell you
just-
what. So these are tough.
And just for the listener at home, we've said this in the past. Tommy's actually, I think, pretty good at impressions, but he says he's not. I know I'm bad at impressions. Exhibit A was Mark Wahlberg, just there. We don't do a very good job. We try our best, though. Oh, so she might have somebody else that you can substitute out. But you need to pick one, bud.
Yeah. All right, I got you. I need to wait. Okay.
There's one that I don't think I can do.
God. Okay, so I just got a new one. Okay.
Lucky.
Oh.
I'm going to show you this one. This is the one I don't know how to do. Okay.
Did you emphasize?
Mhm.
Okay, hold on.
No, you go. You're good. She said it.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry. Yeah, go.
He's got a cigarette.
What I don't understand.
Denzel Washington. Matthew McConaughey.
The gays.
Oh, Alex Jones.
I understand. The transgenders.
Is it Joe Rogan? Is it Mark Zuckerberg or the other one? Elon?
I'm coming out of character for a second.
This is like iconic.
I thought you would get that because that was like a most recent like big moment. I'm from Ohio.
I don't know someone who smokes cigarettes and is from Ohio. I'm sorry. This person.
Can you give him a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
No.
He needs one.
This might be somebody y'all know. I don't. Is this person big?
He's a comedian. He's a huge comedian.
Ron White. He's smoking a cigar or something. Oh, duh, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Duh. I forgot he's from Ohio. I forget that.
Dude, I didn't want to. Yeah.
I'm from Ohio. That's my hint.
Yeah, it was your hint. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, dude, see, I'm not good at this at all. That's a tough one to reenact. I don't know.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, I get you.
Without doing his bits. Like,
Yeah.
Chappelle Show.
Yeah, he doesn't really have he doesn't have you got to do his bits to do his impersonation.
He's got a tough voice to.
All right, this one's going to be hard. You ready?
I'm trying to find you one more to substitute.
It's good. I've got.
We're good.
I'm gonna do the other one for the time being. And if you can't come up with one, I'll try. But I don't think Tommy in a million years is gonna get the third one. So that's kind of where.
Have a little faith.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Okay. You ready? I always have to sit forward. You ready?
Yeah, love it. Let's go.
I hope you can cut me off soon because I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Oh, and my third one just came in. Okay, I might be able to do that one.
I thought maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Every time I come around, I go to get it, and I go to get it, and I do that thing, and I'm going to get it.
DMX.
You're in the right vein.
Exhibit.
I'm just going to keep doing that over and over again.
DMX. Let's think.
I rhyme fast, and I do everything fast, and I do everything quick, and I but the rhyme, and I do.
Ludacris.
No. I almost said his name because he says his name a lot in his verses. You're on the right track. Let's go.
That's so good.
Every time I'm trying to get it. You just gotta know that line. You gotta know that verse I'm doing. It's a Chris Brown song, but look at me now. Look at me now.
I'm getting paper.
Yeah. Let me think of another song he does that's popular that you would know.
I'm blanking.
He's just I don't want to give him a hint, but I'm trying to do something. I rhyme fast, I rhyme really fast, and I do things fast. Let's go.
Yeah, I was thinking Ludacris.
Ludacris does not rap as fast as this guy. This guy's known for rapping fast.
It's not Busta.
Yeah, it is.
Is
It's
it?
Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
That's his verse, but I don't want to accidentally.
Busta. Okay, I got you. Sorry, that took me a minute. I feel stupid now.
It's all right. Dave
'Cause
Chappelle,
now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
the cigarette thing with Dave Chappelle, I was thinking, I was pushing other comedians that are like, he smokes a cigarette now.
Yeah,
he used to not.
It's tough.
He used to not. And I have, I've watched a lot of his specials, but I haven't watched the newest one. I watched the one in Austin last. And that's when he was
So the
smoking a
reason
cigarette.
I mentioned the gays and the transgenders is because that was from a bit.
Yeah,
of
that's
his
his
last special.
kind of his bag.
Big Netflix special, yeah.
So I was trying to be,
All right. You got another one?
yeah. Oh God, this is so. These are the interesting thing is these are all people we
Would
know and grow
yeah.
up with because they're all 50.
Yeah.
The tough part is
Getting him done.
yeah.
You can do one of these.
Hold on.
What are you doing with your lips? Are you just looking at me?
Listen, John. You can go 72-11. But if you don't win the championship, it don't matter. It don't matter if you don't win that championship game.
Oh, well, 72-11.
The best advice I could give kids, listen to your parents.
It's not
It's
like
pretty good.
yeah, it's not Michael Jordan, MJ. No,
You're on the right track.
Listen.
the other one.
Listen, Steven, I'm one of the greats. Okay? Box me
Oh,
out. Box me out.
It's Sharp. Shannon Sharp. Box me out. He's on skit.
He does this.
He looks over a lot. Does he have glasses?
No.
No, I'm on the wrong track then. God dang,
They don't make them big enough for him.
Oh, is it Chuck? No, he's way older than 50.
Listen.
Shaq?
Listen. There you go.
All right,
There you go.
Dude, you had me going
I'm
down
trying to do the little
Well, you said
smirk.
skip.
The little smirk he does.
You could have done he does that weird meme where he does, or I don't know. That was good. I had Shannon Sharp because you said skip or something like that. So I was going down like the first, whatever. That
I was about to say
they used
Aaron
to-
Carter wrote a song about me. But,
We talked about it.
yeah, it's tough.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. I got one more, and this one's either you are gonna know it right off the bat, or you're not gonna know. Okay. All right. Let me think. Okay. Let's go. Pay-per-view. Dane Cook, 30 minutes.
That was so good.
Come on, Tommy, you're my oldest. Let's go. She's got eyes like the midnight sky. You're flat. Why do I pay for singing lessons? You're so flat.
That's just the guy from Pitch Perfect.
Oh my gosh. This fucking guy. Leslie Knope is the best candidate for governor that we have. And I'm also in love with her.
Oh, what's his name?
He may not know his name,
Yeah.
actually.
You can tell me what this person's from.
The Office.
No.
No?
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
This fucking guy.
Hold
Leslie
on.
Nope.
What is Leslie? What am I?
All right. Hold on.
I know that name.
That's a fictional name.
Breaking up with you.
It's from a movie, right?
Mm.
Show? It's from a show?
What else we got? Hold on.
Oh, gosh. This is tough today.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we did usually. All right.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let me get back to it. I haven't had a carb since 06. I hit these with veal every night. Oh my gosh, he's not gonna get it.
Oh,
The
Like I said, if
movies
he's
saying stuff from are Step Brothers and Parks and Rec, the show.
so just
I don't know his name. I know who you're talking about now.
Tell us which character it is.
who is it?
The curly-headed.
Like, is he the husband? Is he like that? Like, tell us which one he is. Is he the...
Oh, the guy with the come-over dark hair, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
It's tough.
I dropped the ball. So, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Who was your other one?
Oh, when they're driving in the car.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't that pretty good?
It was good. Now, I wish I would have. Yeah.
all right.
Dude, that was my bad. That was
You're
actually good. Hey, we're going to give that one to you.
All right. thank
You, yeah. I
All
should have
right.
known who it was.
Who was the one that you couldn't do?
Did you do all three?
No.
Oh,
Did
I've
you say-
done two.
my
he
bad.
has
I'm
one
sorry.
more.
I went first. That's right.
Oh God. Okay.
He's doing the face thing again.
Ooh.
This is gross.
Trying to get the veins out. You eat chicken? I eat beef. You eat chicken?
Is this a wrestler?
You got to be enthusiastic, okay? If you're not enthusiastic, what are you doing here? Listen. In the ring, out of the ring, I don't care.
I'm just gonna start naming wrestlers. But I think they're all older. That's the thing.
Listen, Colin.
Ric Flair.
Something. I was swimming. What are these things? What are these things swimming? Went up my pee hole.
Hulk Hogan.
You had this happen one time.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do the eyebrow?
I can't.
Okay.
I would have done the
Why didn't
fucking
you say
eyebrow. If I could do the eyebrow, I would have done the eyebrow.
You could have said, "Can you smell?"
But that's a giveaway.
I know. Well,
Can
as
you
soon as I was like
smell
honing in,
what the blank is like, dude, I can't do that.
I know you don't have to say The Rock, but I'm
Might
saying,
as well just say I'm the Rock.
well, I know. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to just be a little like.
What if he started singing like Moana songs?
Yeah.
I was just trying to be a little aggressive. I was trying to get my veins.
You
to,
were doing
It's
good.
pretty
You were
trying to
doing
get-
good.
I was trying to get my veins to pop
I
out.
think
problem-
y'all have improved.
Yeah.
since
The
last
problem
time.
is
No, I've declined.
that one I didn't. I mean, mine this week I didn't feel as good, but
Let's do. You got one more?
I can't get mine. I'm
I
just
got-
telling you that right now.
I got.
No, you did 3.
I did 3, but I'm just saying like he's trying to do 4.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you, like, was there one that she gave you that you couldn't do?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Um.
All of them?
Yeah. It was pretty much all of them. It was Pharrell.
Yeah.
I without having the hat or something
Yeah.
like
Props.
I'm happy, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like what else? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what though? I could have just said no one ever really dies and hope
Hell
that
yeah.
that
The nerd reference.
yeah. Shout out to the nerd fans that know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine was Queen Latifah. Do you think there's any possibility that you would have ever gotten that?
Not even
Yeah, sorry about
not
that.
even a remote chance.
I was
These
like,
were
I can't.
tough to emulate and become in like a matter of 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, it
I
was
would
on
have
the spot.
needed. I would have needed another day's worth of preparation to even try to get close.
Yeah, I mean, we all, in the end, besides the Adam Scott one, we got all of them.
And I should have got that. I didn't know his name.
The wrestler one, like the reason why, like they all kind of sound the same, you know? So at that
Yeah.
point, I'm just thinking, who's 50 at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all the ones I'm thinking of
Hulk
are
Hogan
older.
was a good guess.
But I think
Yeah.
he's in his 60s, maybe. Late
Yeah,
50s.
I would have.
He's gotta be.
real deep.
Actually, he's
real
got to be
deep
older
voice.
than that because I know there's a story where like The Rock, his dad used to wrestle, and Hulk Hogan like threw The Rock when he was a kid, like his headband.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about that?
No.
It's a pretty cool story.
That
Like,
is awesome.
And then like for whatever reason, he ended up having to give it back. I can't remember the whole details, but
yeah,
they both
I just
tell-
saw him on.
but he signed it and gave it back to The Rock.
Oh, that's dope.
But it was like yeah, but it was cool. Yeah, I saw the
he
whole
was
on.
on Theo Von.
He talks about it.
I
but
didn't
he-
watch
but
it. I didn't watch the
oh,
whole
okay.
episode.
But also The Rock
I
talks
just saw
about
the
it.
part where he was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, brother.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother.
Quit looking at my wife, brother.
Yeah,
He
brother.
kept on.
Yeah, the lawsuits. I
You're
basically started
better at
coming.
it. All right.
Dude, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
We had fun on the talent show.
We did.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Again, we're gonna have a bracket coming up soon. Swing Logic, they're going to be donating us graciously a golf simulator, so we can give it to one of you guys for free. Usually, and I think they're giving us some other little swag bag items too.
We got something in the works.
We do, and it's coming up soon, so it'll be probably towards the end of August. And then what else? Where can they find us?
Yeah, you're gonna be able to access the bracket that we're talking about and all of our content, our reels, our shorts, our videos, all of our clips, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel. All of our platforms are at Post Hump Day. Again, I'm Tommy DeSalt.
I'm Kellen King.
We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the other side.